Today's class is full body strength. I'm using a set of medium pound dumbbells. For me today, that's 5 pounds each. I'd say anywhere between the 5 to 8 range, but you choose what you know is best for your body. And then optional, I'm adding in a Pilates ball just to get that extra deep core activation. If you don't have one of these, you can grab a small throw pillow or rolled up towel or nothing at all. You don't need it for any of the moves. We're just gonna start with the weights, so we'll carefully pick those up and stay standing. We're gonna take the feet nice and wide, wider than the hips, and just roll the shoulders back a few times for me. As you start to grow taller through crown of head, 2 more shoulder rolls. And start to feel belly button pulled towards the spine. Last one, holding the shoulders down and back. You're gonna start to side bend one way as you pull the arm up the waist, and then lower and switch. Getting the spine moving, finding our alignment. Always helps to start off with a little bit of mobility work. And I want you to start to feel the core as well. So you're feeling that elongation out through the top side of the waist. And then that top side oblique has to lift you back up. And I want you to see if you can tap into how that extends for the full side of the waist. So from the hip all the way up underneath the armpit. The arm pull will help with that. Let's do 4 more here. And lower, side bend, pull, and lower, still staying supported through the bottom side waist as well. Last one. We're gonna sit back into our squat, hands come forward, and then up. Okay, sit back and up. If you feel like you don't have enough support through the inner thighs, you can walk the feet in a little bit closer. I want you to focus on putting your weight into the outer edge of your feet here, getting the blood flowing. You sit the hips back, press through the heels, stand. Give me 2 more like this. We're gonna continue the squat, but we're gonna add a little something extra. So you're gonna squat back, hands will stay where they are. As you press up, you're gonna circle them around your head and then sit back into the squat. We switch directions. Circle. Getting a little more shoulders now and a lot more core, right? So your goal here is to see if you can keep your ribs from puffing out front as you take the arms and circle them behind your head. If you go the same direction twice, that's okay. Pretty sure I did there. Just try to even it out. So I'm gonna go same on this side again, and then we'll go back to alternating. Starting to get the heart rate up a little. Switch. Shoulders getting warm. Every time you press through the heels, think belly button lifts up and in. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. Now you press up, standing, arms go behind you, then take one arm, twist, and back. So it's like a down diagonal reach. Soft bend in the knees for me. And you're just twisting from the belly button up. You won't be able to move a lot here if you're keeping the hips facing forward. You'll get a nice twist through the spine. And start to feel how the obliques and core help to twist you here. Still continuing a little arm work. Growing tall through crown of head. Give me 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Amazing. We're gonna walk the feet in now, just underneath the hips, rolling the shoulders down and back. Hands are at your sides. You're gonna step one leg back, upright bent back lunge. bicep curl, lower, and then press through front heel to stand. So you step back, hold, bicep curl, lower, press through front heel. Okay, bicep curl at the bottom. Little static hold there. And up. Lower down. On this next one, if you want to add a knee lift, be my guest. Just advancing core challenge there. Or stay with the toe tap. We've got 2 more of these. Starting to feel front glute turn on. Curl, woo, there's the core. And lift. You're gonna hold that lunge, bicep curl, keep the hands there. You're gonna press up in front, lower down, and side. So opposite arm to front leg is moving, and you're staying in this static lunge stance as you lift up and lower. Alternating the arm. Lots of core there, right? So your weight's evenly distributed between your feet now, but I really want you to think pressing through front heel to lift, lifting up through core. Ooh, this mat is squishy, balance is challenging. Little extra added bonus work. Re-reach side. Grounding down through the front heel. Last one. Holding here, tiny pulses. In that bent lunge, your torso's upright here. Let's pull that front hip back just ever so slightly for me. Give me 8, 7, feeling it. In 4, 3, 2, 1, we have the last move. You're gonna shift your weight forward and just lift the back leg off, tiny circles through the leg, coming from deep in the hip socket. Belly button's pulling up and away from the floor. 4 more in the direction that you're moving in. Keeping hips facing the floor. Last one in this direction. Let's reverse. I'm focusing on one spot, not looking at you guys. So make sure your form's in check. Find a spot to focus on. We'll start to feel the entire back of the leg, especially the glute where it meets the hamstring under that smile line of the booty. 2 more in this direction. Last one. And step it in, arms go by your sides. You start to nod through the chin, rolling all the way down, allowing yourself to hang for just a second. Weights rest on the mat. And then when you're ready, you're gonna press through the heels, core pulls up and in as you roll up to standing. Amazing. We've got the other side. Feet go back beneath the hips. We're gonna step back into your lunge, bicep curl, lower and left. You lunge back, bicep curl, lower, tap front. Okay, we've got the other side. We know what to expect now. Let's see if we can push ourselves. So if you want to add the knee lift on this side, as you press through front heel, be my guest. Two more, sinking 1 inch lower maybe in those legs. And back, last one, curl, lower, lift, press through front heel, back down, arms curl in. You press up, lower down, and side. One side might feel harder or easier than the other. Just take note of that. So weight is evenly distributed, like your torso's in the center, equidistant between your feet. But I want you to think pressing mostly into your front heel to lift you up. And also acknowledge the core. Think belly button lift up and in every time you come to standing. Whew. Lots of stability work. You reach forward and side, one more of each. Then we've got that static pulse hold. Ooh, enjoy this while it lasts. Coming back in, we pulse and pulse. Hug this front hip back slightly for me. Upper back and chest are nice and wide, and we're sitting or standing upright, crown of head reaching towards the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, get lower, 4, and 3, 2, 1. We shift everything forward over the front leg, back leg hovers, tiny circles. Does not matter which direction you start with. Circling back. You've got 4 more on this side. Okay, making sure the shoulders aren't rounding forward here and the ribs are in. Let's reverse. Other direction. Balance. We've got 5 more on this side. Challenging for me today, but I'm with you. Give me 3 and 2 and 1. Stepping it in, hands go by the sides. We're gonna nod through the chin. Rolling down, holding for a moment, opening up through the backs of the legs and the back of the upper body, spines lengthening. And when we're ready, we're gonna press through heels, lift up and in through the core as we roll up bone by bone to tall standing. Amazing. Last little bit here, you're gonna take your feet back out nice and wide, rolling the shoulders down and back. Give me 3 more of those. Just recalibrating, catching our breaths, rolling down and back. Last one. Amazing. Okay, from here, growing nice and tall through crown of head, you're gonna take one arm in, and then you're gonna open it up, rotator cuff, take it up side, back in, and front. Okay, so it opens, side, in, and front. There's a soft bend in your knees, and your core is working to keep everything else stable as your arm moves. So just check in on that. Rotator cuff opens, serratus lifts, lat pulls down. Okay, resistance in both directions. You open, underneath the armpit presses you up, and then pulls you back down and close. Just 2 more like that. This is gonna be really important for some of the stuff we do later. Building so much support. Last one, we hold. You're gonna lift up onto the toes there, side bend side, and then pull in down. Okay, lift and down. As you side bend, watch your ribs. Make sure that they're not puffing out front. We all have a tendency to do that. Keeping everything in neutral, and then side bend and lower. 3 more here. Again, that top side oblique is lifting you back up. Last one, we're gonna hold it over. You're gonna extend through the top arm and lower. Extend and lower. Tricep. Top side waist. You're feeling really long on that side. Give me 4 and 3. 2 and 1. Circling it all the way in. We start to nod the chin, rolling on down, pausing for just a moment. Big breath in and out, and then we press through the heels, roll up bone by bone, shoulders roll down and back. We've got the other side. So elbow bends in, other side this time. You're gonna open up rotator cuff, elbow up, back to your waist and in. So elbow stays glued, and then it lifts away and lowers. Again, checking in, soft bend on the knees here, but don't let that lose that sensation of growing taller through crown of head. and try not to hit yourself in the head with your weight like I just did. Lots of things to think about here, but number one is don't hit yourself in the face with your weight. Always a hazard when working with weights, right? We open it up and lower. 2 more, okay? Other shoulder is just staying stable where it is. Maybe you check in, maybe you need to roll it down and back. Maybe it's rounded forward. Maybe you're even twisting slightly, right? Check in on all those things. And then we'll start with the side bend over and then lower down. Okay, so you lift up onto the toes, side bend over and down. Let's check in on the ribs. They're in. So we're not arching out, puffing out through the chest. Almost like you have a 1% ab curl you can think about. We lift up and over. Ooh, 3 more. Lifting up. And 2. Anytime you feel a tension creeping up into the neck, just drop down in the weights. Last one, holding here. Press and lower. Okay, so that bottom arm just dangling there for you. Top waist holding you in space. Okay, 4. We've got 4 more. Press, back of the arm. Belly button's pulling up and in. The last one. Press and lift all the way back up. Start to nod through the chin, rolling on down. Allow yourself to pause at the bottom for a moment. Big inhale and exhale. And then we'll start to press to the heels, roll up bone by bone. Amazing.